For 90 to 11 coming at you with another video. This video is regarding the Darkwing Blast and the cards that are coming in the set. As you already know, the set's already been out. I've seen them for sale for at least 4 to 5 days, something around there. The card's been circulating online for the last somewhere around 3-4 days. I did buy some copies of this in the secret version. I bought 2 copies. So the lowest you could get them was anywhere in between $15 and $20. This one's supposed to be the Starlight, but the only ones that I've seen were the secret, and I bought 2 from the locals here where they have the locals stop by. I picked up 2 copies. Now these copies, I believe out of, I'm not perfect, but out of the sales and whatever I might have done, I made a mistake on these because I was aware that there were gonna be an increase. This one and the card that's following. So what happened was they sold them to me for $18 a copy, but like I said, the prices were $15 to $20. And as you've seen the increase in the last 2-3 days, they incremented to 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, and right now some of them are even $55 or more. The secrets. So I believe that I might have made a mistake because I thought that I was making money. I bought 2 for $18 and I resold them for $45 each. But now I'm noticing, I don't know if those cards will go down in price again. So if you read the card itself, it fits perfectly in the Dark Magician deck. They will be seen play on the Dark Magician branded profile version of the deck, which is, like I said before, incomplete. And even I testified, my version that I played was a lot better than a lot of other Dark Magician players because everybody else was saying it was trash. Just because they don't know how to play a Dark Magician deck. That's why everyone ended up changing to my 2020 format, which is the AC 130, even though they don't want to admit it. When you look back at their channel, go a week, a month, 2 months, and you notice they're not playing my deck. They're playing another version and it's trash. But a month ago, everyone switched over to my AC 130. So the only cards that they removed are the 5 cards that I've always said, the Spellbook engine, and then also the Magician's Restage engine, which is with the right hand, left hand, and the Restage. And then they implement more what's called either hand traps, or they'll implement the floodgates, and everybody's winning their locals with it. But it's my original format. And like I made a video and I explained to people, a lot of people bought my deck. A lot of people won my deck for free, and all it was a deck that's never had an update. It's just one profile, and then it has one update in this December 2021, and that's the deck that was the only one in YouTube being played while Anaconda was banned. And I made a video explaining that. Well, that deck, there's another version, which is the Dark Magician branded, which I halted the making of it because it was only winning 70 to 75% of the duels, and that deck is able to draw 17 cards first turn, but it doesn't have enough firepower. So now with these new introductions of the Darkwing Blast, you have cards like this one, the Blazing Cartesia, the Virtuous. So what's going on with this card, if you read it carefully, the card tells you here what it does. You can read it yourself, but basically having a Fallen of Albas either on the field or in the graveyard will allow you to special summon this card, and then the card will act as a fusion card basically. But in the future there is some fusion monsters that are going to be coming out that will require you to utilize this card. It's pretty good because it's a tuner, so you can use it as a tuner to synchro. But then on top of that, it's also a spellcaster, so it fits perfectly into a Dark Magician deck. You can't make it fit more perfectly. I mean, it's a spellcaster. You can use Floodgate, like Rivalry or the Warlord, which lets you summon the same type. So in the Dark Magician deck, you won't be hurt at all because you have all spellcasters, right? Because I believe the Gozen's the one for the attribute. But you can look at the attribute as well if that's what you want. If that's what you're looking for. It is a light, so like I said, you might be leaning towards Rivalry, which is all the same type. It won't hurt you, but obviously with the Gozen, most of the cards are dark, so it will hurt you. Also, there can only be one. You're not gonna want to use that Floodgate. And that's why a lot of famous YouTubers like Sam, and there's a lot of people, they already switched to the Floodgate and they got rid of the hand trap because they're already at the next level. They're playing a deck similar to my AC 130. So basically, this card's one of those cards that you're gonna want to get. And I'll admit I made the mistake. I shouldn't have sold them. I should have kept them to finish my Dark Magician branded. But it doesn't matter. There's no point in crying over spilled milk. I don't know when the cards are gonna be going lower. If cards ever go lower, people that are on my Discord will have a chance to get some of these for free because they're too expensive if people can't afford it. And then also there's another card that we're gonna be taking a look at. So the other one is this card. This card comes in ultra rare. I did get offered this card for $30. I didn't want to buy it. If you look carefully at the card, this card is gonna be a staple in the Dark Magician deck. If you read the card for yourself right here, I know it's a bit blurry, but basically if you control the monsters, you can special summon it. Once it comes on the field, it lets you draw another card of the same card. People are going to be playing 3 of. You're going to be able to draw it from your deck to your hand, and basically if this monster attacks, you can target a card, any card you want, and then just it says remove it face down, I believe. Yeah, banish it. Yeah, you remove it face down. So it's a good card to start off. This card, I didn't want to buy it, but I already knew that this card was gonna go higher. Because it's an ultra, this card can't keep that price up. It's very hard to find the ultra rare card that its price stays way high. We've seen cards like Magician Souls that were sitting at 150, excuse me, for an ultra. So I mean, it wouldn't be far-fetched that this card could increase higher than what it is right now, which is $40 to $50 per card. But like I said, they could be. You have to remember the reality. The reality is every card more likely gets a reprint. So these cards are, all of these cards are going to be getting reprints in the future. You're going to be able to get cheaper cards at a cheaper price, and I will be giving some for free as soon as they go cheaper. So if you were sleeping under a rock, or if you slept on it and you didn't get any, that kind of sucks because they were cheap. I know a lot of people have been arguing like, oh, Dark Magician is finally cheap. Everyone wants playing Dark Magician now. It is true, but it's also a lie because Dark Magician was always cheap. That's when I bought a bunch of decks. It's just that Dark Magician became popular at a point, and then it wasn't cheap. But it was always cheap. People try to trick you like, oh, Dark Magician's expensive. Like Arcana, and there's a lot of other people, they're lying. Dark Magician was always cheap. It's just that it became popular, then it became expensive. But when all the cards of Dark Magician came out on the original set, Magical Hero, for at least 4 or 5 months, or even a little bit further, the cards were still cheap, just nobody wanted to buy them. But it doesn't matter because it's cheap again, so everyone's playing Dark Magician now. So we're gonna take a look at the next card. So this is the other card. It's an XYZ. So basically, if we read the effect of it, 2 level 7s, Dark Magician, even the monster we just seen prior to this one is also, I believe, a level 7. So you can make it, basically it comes onto the field. It says you can use the effect once per turn. Each time an opponent's cards is banished face down. Once per turn, each time an opponent's cards is banished. So with the effect of the monster, right, the ultra rare, you can choose one unused main monster zone or spell and trap zone. It cannot be used while this monster is face up on the field. So you could do this turn, you could do it next turn, and you could start basically closing down. It's a big deal. This card's a big deal. If you can play it on a combo, it closes the link summoning, because people can't link summon monsters unless they use the main monster zone. You can't summon it into the regular monster zones, right? You need a link, a main monster zone. So when you close these downs, basically you can forget about your opponent's link monsters. There will be no more link monsters coming out, or you can choose to get rid of some of their spell and trap zones, and it's going to be used in a combo with the other card. There's also the Mind Hacker, right? That one removes cards face down too. If you start noticing the trend, a lot of cards are going to be banishing cards face down. And another card that's going to work against people is one of the pot cards. I don't remember which one it is, if it's Pot of Avarice or Pot of, I don't remember which one, but one of them says remove cards face down from your extra deck and then draw cards. For every 3 you get to draw a card. And basically all of these cards are going to work against those cards. There's a lot of other cards that remove cards face down, so it's just a bunch of combos. So I know of these 3 cards that are going to be staples in the DM deck, at least the Dark Magician branded version of it. But I wouldn't be surprised if they start seeing staples in the Dark Magician overall. A lot of these cards are basically staples for any deck that exists, basically, because all you require is not to have any monsters, the special summons. Your deck is already your deck already has access to level 7s. You can bring this card out, play it on a combo, plus your deck is playing on top of everything your deck is playing. So the AC 130 version that I have, the reason why it's loved so much, but my channel and my profile and they hate me for it, is because of the versatility of the deck. I've made a year to a year and a half ago some videos. I'll be re-uploading them again so you can see them way before people even thought about playing that type of Dark Magician profile, at least 2 to 3 years before anybody else. You're gonna see the versatility of the deck, which is you have floodgates, you have lockdown cards, you're gonna have negations, interruptions, and then on top of all that you're gonna have a big draw power. Then on top of that you're gonna have the ability of banishing, the Mystic Mind, ways to search it, blocking the spells. There's a lot going on in the deck. In addition to this is just another addition. So basically, in case you didn't know, from a year ago to 6 months ago, there's an introduction of 50 to 60. I believe 60 is the new max, the cap for the cards of a deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! You're gonna be seeing Dark Magician hitting the 50 to 60 card max, because the deck is already completed, but then you have to add more to it to make it more interruptions, more negations. And to be honest with you, Dark Magician at 40, the profile that I have, even the budget version, it's not gonna be cutting cards out, it's just gonna be adding. So the deck is gonna be somewhere around 50 to 55 card deck, and it works very well when you play against what is the name of the deck, the Runic, because Runic banishes and it'll make you deck out. And basically the more cards you have, even if they banish 10 cards, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna be talking about some of the hand traps that you're gonna want to get if I didn't already make a video of it, but it's gonna teach you which hand traps are the best for against what decks. And I'm gonna be showcasing some of the hand traps that I have available. As you already know, they're cheap. Some of the hand traps were giving away for free to me, and then those hand traps like Ash Blossom will be given away to someone. Some people won them, but they never collected them. It's already been a month, so those cards are going to be given to somebody else in the Discord. Free Ash Blossoms. So with that having been said, you guys, any questions, concerns, let me know. Also in the Discord, I posted a channel of Paladin 19, so you can see 2 to 3 or 4 months prior to this being released. He was already playing it. Then also maybe like a week ago, he has some new videos with it. You can see the deck in action. It's one of the only people that I recommend for the branded, anything branded. He seems to have a very a good insight into the profile. When everybody else is trash, this guy's broken. His version is broken. So with that having been said, you guys, hopefully you liked the video. Any questions or concerns, like I said, let me know. And Dark Magic Attack.